I'm glad I know somebody. What other class you got? I got reading class, this class, and another math class. Oh, we got class too. The nutrition class. And then I gotta go pay for my
Can you guys hear me on the Zoom?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm sorry, we're having some technical issues, so we're gonna wait a few more minutes for people to get signed on, and then we should be getting started. I was just looking to see, yeah, her name is, I'm sorry. Glenda, no, she's not on here. As soon as if I see her pop up, I'm actually getting ready to push it over there so you guys can. Thank you, my darling. I'm sorry. Trying to get the technology to work here. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. No, I don't want to end the meeting. Cancel. What is happening? Hello, how are you?
I'm surprised you got it to work.
Well, I'm not using Solstice yet because it's not working.
Well, it won't because that's the wrong projector.
Okay.
They did all the equipment has not been installed.
So I did come prepared.
So, as long as you know what you're doing, there you go.
Thank you.
They put me at this campus because of the COVID. They said that they wanted to know that they kept school.
All right. 6 minutes in. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I don't see. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I don't know where everybody is yet. We're supposed to have a full house, but I know it's confusing. Y'all went down to the door and saw the sign. Okay, I'm gonna check one more time. Just in case somebody opened it and went in anyway.
I really need y'all to check it. I said, is it in Northland or where? Cause it's saying the, like when you look at the classes, it's saying I couldn't even find it at first. That's why I was late the first place. I told my son, "Cool, I'm gonna get up early because I'm gonna get up early. I know I'm gonna get up early in this class. I don't know it." What's your name? Alicia.
Yeah, I came here and I was early too, and then because I take culinary and the other building and stuff.
So culinary, is it how you like your so far first day?
Well, this is my first day,
Okay.
and I'm so confused. I don't know where I'm going.
Then you put my culinary. Just because I didn't do my culinary.
Yeah, it was weird, but I found it. This is the only class I have.
Okay. In the chat box. Okay, so checking, mic check for students that are zooming in. I see Savannah asking, how can she hear? So, gosh, I hate this setup. Want y'all looking. All right, so for the students on Zoom, can you hear me? You can put in the chat box, yes. Savannah, can you hear me? All right, so Caitlin says yes. So Savannah, let's see. Let me open it up. Y'all, I'm trying to get here. Let's see. Did it pop up? Am I in the wrong? Y'all, I'm losing my mind. All right, 9, 7, 1, 5, 11, 4, 3, 2, 6. All right, let's get Savannah ready. All right, so I do apologize. Normally I will start on time, ready to go. But unfortunately, of course, technology is the issue. we will be getting a smoother start as we go, I promise. They are installing new software for us to make it a little bit easier, but unfortunately it wasn't ready for today, so we were unable to get on. All right, for my students at home, we should have a few more that are joining us, but they're not here yet, and I'm sure everybody is confused. So let me explain everything that's going on and what to expect in the coming days. First, make sure you are where you want to sit, because unfortunately, due to COVID, we have to keep the same seating chart. And that way, if something goes down, we're able to send out messages, hey, you know, you've been exposed, that kind of thing. So make sure you're comfortable anywhere where there's a sticker. Today should be your Monday day. People at home, give me 1 second. I'm gonna take attendance and make sure everybody's in the right spot. And then, Tuesday day. Then Thursday, you will get on Zoom like they are, and you will Zoom in from home or from Computer Lab if you're already on campus, however that goes. If you are taking the support lab after this class, it's in here as well. If you're not, when we break for 10 minutes, you'll just pack up and head on out, and then we will go from there. I've not seen her come on yet. And we won't do this mask again because it won't stay on. So give me 1 second. Okay, people on Zoom, it automatically logs you in when you come on. So I strongly advise that you log in with your UAPTC email, and that way it makes it easier for me to take attendance later on. So just know that it automatically tells me when you get on. And I'm just checking this to make sure we got everybody in the right spot. So your in-person day is actually Thursday. So just stay for now. And then from now on Tuesday, you'll Zoom in. Okay. All right, y'all watch the chat box for me just in case they. Where is the chat box? There it is right now. Why is it not coming up? I don't know. Do y'all see this? Am I losing my mind? Start this shit. Okay, I can hear bits and pieces. Okay, something's going on your end, Savannah. I'm not sure what it is, but we can take a look at it when you come in Thursday. All right, let's talk about the class and how to get through it. This morning in Blackboard, you should have seen everything kind of posted up there. Normally, They don't mix the math and reasoning with support with just the students that take math and reasoning only. But due to restrictions and different formats that they needed to provide, there are students in here that are only taking the first part of this class. And there are students that are staying for the 1 credit portion. You know who you are, but if you have a question at the end of this class, you can ask me. I'll let you know if you have to stay or if you have to go or that kind of thing. But I will treat this portion like a regular class, and then the second class, I'll talk about the math support section and what we will do in that section as well, okay? If you'll take a look, and well, some of you, if you're here, you can see it up here. Those at home, here's Blackboard. But just to help you get started, you'll see these things posted in the Start Here section of Blackboard. And I don't want to insult your intelligence. I'll go over a few of the things, but I won't go over all of it for the essence of time. You see the most important things are the syllabus, the course schedule, the course agreement. We'll talk about that in a second. And this is just the description of what the class is about. Basically, math reasoning is real world math. How would you use math in a real world setting? It's not college algebra. A lot of students go, why the heck do we have to take college algebra? It is, how do you apply math to real world situations? And so that's what we will be doing this semester, is how do we apply this math that we've been learning to real world situations? Trying to think. If you look along the side, I'll talk about me just really quickly, and yours looks a little differently than everybody else's. But this is my 20th or 21st year, I'm not sure, teaching. I'm new to this campus. So you are my very first class that I've had here at UAPTC. But I have been teaching for a very long time in many different states. I'm originally from Florida. I got my bachelor's degree in computer engineering from the University of Florida. Became an engineer for a short period of time and decided I hated it. My parents had forced me. They were like, you're not going to make any money teaching. True. But I really had this desire to teach. So shortly after becoming an engineer, I decided, because at the time I was single and I didn't have any kids then, I would switch over to teaching. I've taught in Florida, then I moved to Dallas and got my master's degree in education. While in Dallas, I met my husband and we got married. Shortly after getting married, his job moved us to Brooklyn, New York, where we stayed there for about 8 years. I taught math in Brooklyn. I hated it. I hated being up north. So we moved down to South Carolina, which is where he is from, where I continued teaching math. And then his job moved us here to Little Rock about 2 years ago. So when we moved here, I started working in a K through 12 school, teaching STEM classes to gifted learners. And I couldn't wait to get back to teaching math. So as soon as they had an opening, I was ready to go. So excited to be here. I think you guys will learn a lot. And if you anything, I will tell you this. If math is not your strong suit, which a lot of you it probably is not, learn from me and my mistakes in undergrad. I did not ask my instructors information. I thought I had it together and that I could do it on my own. I missed a lot of classes and I failed an entire semester, a whole semester. Not because I wasn't bright, but just because I didn't reach out for help. And so if you feel that you're struggling or that I am not explaining something correctly, I beg of you, please let me know. If I can't help you the way you need to be helped, I will find resources to help you if you want. Okay, so don't let math builds. And so if you don't get the foundation, it will be very difficult for you to excel in the class. So also in Blackboard, just looking down so you know, you will see me post things and announcements, obviously, So on your Zoom days, I have posted the links of how to get into the regular classroom. And then you would have to I will end that meeting, and then you will log on to this classroom afterwards. So please be aware that those are the links to get into the virtual class on your days that you are Zooming from home or from other locations. My virtual office hours, because of COVID, and I'm going to try to be in this room even during my office hours on this campus, but due to COVID, I do like to try to limit how many people come at one time. And if they let me stay here, I can have more, but it's not guaranteed that during my office hours that this room will remain available. So right now it's limited to one person a piece. If you click on this Sign Up Genius, hopefully it'll take me there, you will see dates and times of availability for you to sign up. Even if you're at home, I can help you from home. So if it's your virtual day and you want to get in on one of the office hours or one of the time slots that I have available, I will do my office hours through Zoom with you as well. If you're on campus and it's more feasible for you to come in, you will come in, we'll social distance and I'll help you out. So that is where it's in the announcements. It's going to stay at the top. Sorry. It will stay at the top in Blackboard for you, but you do not. It is not mandatory, but it is there for you to use. There's also a tutoring lab across the hallway, right across the hallway, it's about 2 doors down. There are math tutors in there, and they can assist you. They have a lab portion where if you're working on your online work, you can go in there. And then there's also some tables in there for them to help you in there. So please make sure that you use all help that you can. Only sign up for one 15-minute increment. If no one signs up behind you, I will keep helping you if you need it, but we want to make sure that we can get in as many people as possible. You probably got the message. If you're here, you know the class was moved to 227 instead of 217. I will keep the sign up on the door when I have class for a couple of weeks so everybody can get used to it, but I didn't feel like, you see how hard it was to get the technology going today? Going down there, setting up, and then stopping and coming down here and setting up again was too much. So we will meet here for both classes, the 3 credit and the 1 credit portion. All right, we'll get to my labs in a minute. I will post course content, stuff that you may need. So anytime that I videotape the Zoom lessons and stuff like that, I will post it in here eventually. So you'll see a folder come up for me to post things. So I will post important information for the class there. And your grades. There'll be 2 places that you'll see grades. One is in Blackboard, one is in my math lab, and we'll talk about my math lab in a minute. If the scores don't ever match, please email me so I can fix it. They should always match in my class. I have it set up to where they do the same thing. So if they don't match, please let me know and I will fix it. All right, so let's go to the syllabus real quick. Let me see if I can share it. Hold on. Did it work? No, let me see. All right, y'all see this? Yep, they do. Okay. Let me check the chat box real quick. Where is this? All right, so we're good. No, nobody in the chat. All right, let's take a look at dear Jesus. All right, let's take a look at the syllabus. All right, I'm Dr. Rogers again. My office is located on the main campus. If you are ever taking classes over there, you can be sure to stop over there as well. But when I'm on this campus, I'm either in the office where it says faculty offices. I will probably be in the area where it says adjunct offices because I don't have a physical location on this campus. So if you're looking for me and I'm on campus and I'm not in this classroom, I would be back in those offices over there if you need to reach me. My phone number is there. My email address is there. Try to email me. Phone, I don't do phone that often or check. I don't even know how to check the voicemail yet. So email me and I do respond pretty quickly. Usually it says if I don't respond in 2 business days, that means I really did not see your email. I usually try to respond within 24 hours. I try to cut off my email, in the evening, but on Mondays and Wednesdays, I teach an evening class, so I'm still checking it in the evening time as well. So email me, I'll respond. If you don't hear back from me in 2 business days, please go ahead and call and do whatever you have to do or resend it or something, and I will certainly try to get back to you. All right, this is an on-campus class, but due to COVID, it has messed us up. We talked about this. So you will come, I've split the class in half. Half of you come today, half of you come Thursday, and on the day that you don't come, you will Zoom me. You must attend both for attendance grade. So please, I know last year was a little different, but they changed the rules. So this semester, all classes that are meeting face-to-face, you must attend both sessions, whether by Zoom or face-to-face, but you must attend one day face-to-face. If that is an issue, I've had a couple of emails from students that didn't know that that change had taken place. They thought they could stay home both days. If that is an issue, you need to immediately try, because classes are still open this week, to try to switch to a webinar section. Those classes are fully Zoom both days. So try to fix that if you need to. Let's see. Just a description of the class. I'm not going to go all up in there. Real world math is basically what it is. So we are going to take certain things that you've probably learned or may not remember, but I'll refresh your memory, and we will apply it to real world situations. This just talks about how you got in here. The 1 credit section is used for support to help give extra assistance to students that need it. And I will talk more about that during the support section of the class. And all right, this stuff right here. The physical math book looks like this. If you're like me, I'm really not doing, or does it look, yours is a non-hard? Okay, so physical math book is I don't know if my Zoom people can see. So they will give you just the pages of it with holes punched in it, and you'll need to put it in. Do they give you the binder too? Nope. All right, so this nice binder is not yours. You have to find a nice binder to put it in, but they do have, there it is. It'll come to you like this. I love y'all already. It'll come to you like this, so that's for my Zoom people. It is just the pages, so get a binder, stick it in there.
So do you have to use them? Can you use the one that's online?
You can use the one that's online, so that's my next thing. So if you're like me, now I do keep my hard copy just when my eyes get weak, but it's too much to be carrying around. So you are more than welcome to just use the online textbook, which I believe it's going to be downloaded into Brightwave, which is just like a website, and you create an account and it puts it in there. If I'm not mistaken, anybody logged into My Math Lab yet? Is it in there too?
I don't know about the one. Somebody sent me an email saying that they had already created a password for the textbook. So
Okay, so perfect.
and I already looked through it.
Perfect. So you should have already gotten an email, because they did it to me too. And I was like, what is this? And then I checked it. So if you got the email from Brightwave, That is where your online textbook is located, and you do not have to get a physical copy if you do not want to. So the physical copy is optional, but some people prefer it, and I get it. But go ahead and get that as necessary. All right, we talked about the tutoring. They do offer, there it goes, online tutoring as well. So across the hallway where they have that tutoring office, they do online tutoring from home as well. And I tell students this all the time. It says free tutoring. That is a lie. You have already paid for it. That's why it appears to be free. Use it. So I had students before taking college algebra, and they're usually 24 hours. I had one student that was working second shift. So he come to class in the morning, go to work, 1 o'clock in the morning, he was online with the tutor. Do what you gotta do in order to make it work. Those are the links for Blackboard assistance. If you need it, not gonna go over all the mission statements and stuff. That's for y'all to go through. These are our learning outcomes. And we'll go through each one when we go through different sections of the math. We'll go through our learning outcomes and what they will do. All right. Same with support. We'll talk about support when we get in that class. Don't forget, I know vaccinations are coming out, which reminds me, I need to tell y'all about it. I know people are getting vaccinated, but they're still expecting us to wear masks. They're expecting us to stay 6 feet apart. Even as I roam the room, my goal is to kind of try to remain where you have some space. That is not normal for me, and sometimes I forget. I'm a mommy. And so I like to mommy, and sometimes I forget. So when you see me jump back like, oh, help me out, that's how it is. If you're experiencing symptoms, I would really much rather, and it's your day to come in person, please send me an email and say I'm having symptoms. Can I watch from home? And we will figure it out from there. Do not come in if you have symptoms. Your first line of defense is to contact me, and then if we have to shoot it up the ladder, we will. On that note, let me see if I can see my Zoom people while they're listening. They are vaccinating the employees at the main campus on Thursday, and I'm a main campus employee, and I'm trying to get into the earliest slot available. If it conflicts, I will let you know. So people at home, if it conflicts and I see that I may not make it to my office hours, or if it conflicts with the class and I have to go virtual, I will shoot out that email as soon as they give me my time for my vaccination. But I really want to get the vaccination. It is a personal thing. I'm not casting judgment on anybody, but I want my vaccination. So I will let you know as soon as they give me my time for my vaccination, and I will let my Thursday in-person people know if it conflicts, and then my Zoom people, I will let you know if I say, hey, I'm gonna be late to nope, I'm looking to see if they sent it. Nope, they didn't. Okay. I have a student trying to get in but can't. Okay, I'll have to contact them later. All right. So again, COVID, let me know. If you're quarantined, let me know. Send me information. If you test positive, let me know. Send me the information and I will make sure to get things going. All right, we talked about attendance. All right. The course agreement quiz. That is very important. There's a course agreement quiz in my math lab, and we'll get into my math lab in a second. That is due before the census deadline. We actually take a census thing to see who's still in the class or who's maybe didn't drop or whatever. The way we take the census in the math department is that you have to do the course agreement quiz and make a 100. And it's not difficult, trust me. You must make a 100 by February 1st, midnight, in order for me to not drop you from the class. So that is very important. It'll be the first thing you see when you go into my math lab. It says course agreement quiz. You have unlimited tries on it. And trust me, you don't need them, but you must make that 100% for me to not drop you from the course. That is what binds us and says you are going to continue in this class. I hope everybody heard that. Okay. That is only, if you're in the support section, it counts for both. So there's no separate My Math Lab for those two classes. They're all together. You only got to take it once. All right. Drop date for this class is April 23rd. Hopefully you don't need it. I don't want it. So use me to help you get through. So campus visitors, blah, blah, blah. Cell phones. We are all grown adults. We are grown. I have a kid, and on the days that I'm here with you, she's virtual at home. So sometimes she gets happy with the text message. I need help, and I'm going to ignore her. You might see me look down just to make sure she's not bleeding, and then put my phone back in my pocket. That is fine. I know you got commitments and things to do. My cell phone policy is this: put it on vibrate, either put it in your pocket, turn it over on your desk. It is okay if occasionally you have to go look and do what you need to do. If you have a phone call or if you have a text message thing that is getting seriously in depth, step outside the room, take care of your business, come back in, okay? If you need to use the bathroom, do the church finger. I don't know if y'all know about church finger. This is what we do in the Black church. We do a church finger, which means excuse me, and head on out the classroom. So that's my policy as far as if the cell phone, if I see you just really engrossed, either on that or on the computers, I will kind of go, and then we move on. I don't make a big spectacle about it. We are grown, we can handle ourselves. All right, there are 2 grades if you are in both sections. If you are in the math and reasoning class all by itself, there you go. Your support grade is based on this grade. So if you earn an A, you get an A in the other section. If you earn a B, you get a B in the other section. If you earn a C, C in the other section. But D's or F's give you a no credit grade for the support section. So be aware, the grade that you get overall is what's going to tell you what to do for math reasoning. All right, how do we get the grades? Down here it tells you how to calculate it for your average, but basically homework is 10%, quizzes, 10%, activities, including any presentations that you have to do for that activity are 10%, class participation, and today, just show up is what class participation is. But usually at the beginning, somewhere in the middle, and at the end of class, I will have some kind of random question. People on Zoom are going to have to answer from home, so I hope you heard that. And I'm only going to give you a certain amount of time to answer it. People from here, you'll answer it in here, and then we move on. So I could decide today what color is the sky. And then I'll put it on Zoom. Y'all answer on Zoom.
Blue.
Excellent. Whoever that was, excellent. If you're in here, you'll answer it. And then that's your part. That was part of your participation for today. All right. So participation is easy. That's 8%. Attendance, show up, 2%. All right. Zoom people, I'll say it again. Log in with UAPTC email address, and it automatically tells me if you attended. Here, I'll do a quick, I have a seating chart, so I'll just look at my seating chart, take attendance that way, and move on. All right, tests are 20%. You have 2 of them in this class. I know other math classes, we have 4, and this one is 2, and that's because you have projects. So we have 2 tests, 2 projects that you will do. Projects are 20%. Final exam is 20%. And the policy for the math department is this. If you miss the final exam, you will get a 0 for the final exam, and then that will average in, and whatever you get with that 0 is what you get. So I know there's some confusion and there's different policies. The math department voted I think it used to be if you didn't take the final, you failed the class. That is not the case. If you don't take the final, they will calculate it as a 0 and give you your final grade. All right, again, you'll see grades in Blackboard and in my math lab. If they do not match, let me know so I can fix it. We talked about attendance, we talked about participation. All right, this is kind of for support people. And I can go more in depth when we get to the support hour. For the support class, we'll be sitting here doing support assignments. If you look at my math lab, you will see regular assignments, and then you'll see assignments that have support written next to it, or at the end, or at the front in the title. If you're not in the support section, you have 2 options. You either don't do that assignment at all, or you can attempt to do it because it helps you get the material down. And if you get a bad score on it, which you shouldn't, but if you get a bad score on it, I drop it. That's for the people not taking support. So it is completely optional. You do not have to do the assignments marked support. For the students that are in support, those are mandatory assignments. The ones that are regular support assignments, they go into your homework grade. The support quizzes also go into, I believe they also go into, let me make sure, but I believe the support quizzes are averaged into your homework grade as well. But I will clarify that after tonight to make sure, because I didn't even think about that. All right, if you're a support student and the assignments that are due for the week are done, when support class starts, I do a check. You'll tell me I'm done with these assignments, I'll check. And if they are good grades and you're done, you don't have to stay for the support lab. You get to go home. All right, so support lab is exactly that. It is for assistance, and if you don't need assistance and you've proven it, you get to go home and your attendance is fine. Homework in my math lab. You will see assignments pop up at midnight Monday morning, 12:01 a.m. Monday morning. Your assignments for the week will pop up in Blackboard. And I probably have to go back and shift my dates because I'm taking longer doing this, and we started late and this together. We'll see. But nonetheless, you'll see assignments pop up. They're always due Sunday at midnight. So you don't even have to ask me with homework. If you don't complete your assignments on time, after that day, it'll give you 7 days, and it will deduct 10% off of any question you have not done. So it won't penalize you for the stuff that you got in on time. It will penalize the questions that you do after that day. So every day it'll take 10% off until a week is up, and then it closes completely, no makeup. So let's say you wait till last minute, and then you got 6 Sunday night and couldn't finish. There's no need to tell me. It's still open. Go do it, take the penalty, move on. I do not recommend waiting until last minute, although I know you are college students and a lot of you will wait till the last minute. But I recommend that you hit that thing and start reviewing it every day for a certain period of time. Quizzes are in my math lab as well. We will not do quizzes in here. You will do them at home like they are homework, but they count as quiz grades. The difference with quiz grades is I did set it up to where you can, if you're late, it will deduct 10% policy off the entire grade. It will not do each question because it will time you and you cannot close it and come back to it later. All right, so quizzes, make sure you understand that. The school's Wi-Fi at the beginning, I couldn't hear anything, but now I just can't see anything. Okay, Savannah, I will check and see. Is anybody else at home having a problem? I know I'm walking around. Anybody else having a problem seeing me?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. All right, so Savannah, we'll figure it out and make sure that even if we have to sit down Thursday when you come face to face, we'll figure out how to get things going for you.
Okay, thank you.
If you're on a laptop, bring
Yes.
it with you. Okay, bring it with you and we'll see what we can do on that.
Okay.
All right. Projects, there'll be 2 projects. We'll discuss it when the time comes. So I'll go over the expectations and then You will do those projects in your own time, and then they will take the place, they will count as, they're the equivalent of 2 tests. So rather than giving you 4 tests, 2 of them are projects. You'll present them in class and they will count as that grade. Activities, we'll do activities during classes. We try to make it a little bit more hands-on. So you'll have an activities category that we'll do, and you'll get grades for the activities category. Test 2 chapter tests. We'll discuss those as we get closer. Those 2 are in my math lab, and they are taken at home. And I know that sounds great. You're like, oh, it's taken at home. That means I can cheat. Let me tell you this. I'm not there to have to watch you take it. The worst kind of test to me is an open book test because we don't study very well. So don't think I could just scroll through. Usually we try to make a lockdown browser to keep you from going from tab to tab, but I know if you like me, you got gadgets. It is time. I can tell you have to write your work down and you turn your work into me. We can usually tell if you've been scrolling the internet trying to get answers. Please try to, as much as possible, prepare before the test and be ready to take them without assistance. Final exam, same thing. It is in my math lab. You will take it from home. We'll talk about how you turn in your notes or your scratch work or however you do it. We'll talk about that as we get close to the test and the final. But you will turn those into me so that I can take a look at them and make sure you know what's going on with those questions. I try to make sure you have your grades within 1 week. I will let you know if I'm ever running behind, but I usually update at the end of the week and you'll have updated grades once a week. Come on, mouse. All right, we talked about late policies. For homework, it's just gonna automatically deduct 10% from each question. For quizzes, it'll deduct 10% from the grade. There is no late participation grade. If I pose a question, as my student at home said, blue, I say type in your answer, and then I do a cutoff and somebody was gone to the bathroom and they missed it, you missed it. Or they decided to log in later, or they logged on and went to watch their stories, you just missed the participation grade. There's no late participation. If you're caught cheating, you'll get a 0 for that assignment the first time, and then the second time you'll get an F for the course, and then we'll end it there. I've only had 1 student get caught twice, only 1, and that was heartbreaking. So please, please, please don't cheat. If you need help, let me know so we can make sure you go in there. Read through the dishonesty part on your own. Accommodations. All right, if you know that you have some kind of disability or a learning issue, my child does, and you've got extra time in high school or whenever you took classes, please go to the accommodations office and get your accommodations. They are to help you. So I cannot give anybody extended time unless they tell me to do so. That's against the law if I do otherwise. So please make sure that if you know that you would benefit from accommodations, make sure that you take care of that. All right. You can read through that on your own. This is the tentative schedule that we will be working on. So today we will probably start 1A, and then the assignments are open in my math lab and we'll take a trip over there in 1 second. All right. One other thing that you need to do by the end of this week is to print off this last page, fill out the information, and you can give it to me physically and or if you would prefer to take a picture or scan it or whatever and email it to me, that is perfectly fine as well. But just make sure that you get that course agreement form into me by next Tuesday. Is that right? Yes, by next Tuesday. Either digitally or like print it off, sign it, whatever, and then take a picture, scan it, whatever, and send it back to me. All right, so any questions? Let me get my chat room back up. Any questions from Zoom or in class about class expectations before I move on to my math lab?
Yes, so it's a course agreement quiz and it's a signed sheet.
Absolutely. So yes, so there's a
Okay.
sign sheet which just really says I read it and blah, 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 put your placement score and so forth. And then there's an actual quiz that I promise you quiz, not hard at all, where you just do it, it'll grade it as soon as you go in there.
Okay, thank you.
Question, you're welcome. Anybody else? No, you're gonna do it at home in my math lab. It's in my math lab, you'll do it at home. Okay. Any more, you good? Okay. Let's head to my math lab, so let me stop sharing. All right. All right, so I'm limited on what you can see in my math lab. Try this way, where is my blackboard? Because I'm a teacher, mine does not look like yours, but I do want to show you where to go and what to click on. No, don't do that. Okay, I logged out. Blackboard. JJ. Okay. Where's the share screen? There you go. All right, in Blackboard, you heard me say my lab student links. When you click on that, it's going to bring up a page similar to this. Is this the way y'all's look, or does it look a little different? Looks like that? Okay, perfect. All right, so this is called my lab. And I think the first time you click on links and stuff, it may take some time for it to link everything together. So be aware. I would definitely do the browser check to make sure, in my experience, my lab works better with the Chrome browser, in my experience. And I'm a Microsoft Apple person. So I had to install my Chrome browser onto my Mac. So it works better with the Chrome browser. If you're in other browsers, it may sometimes have issues and it won't give you all the capabilities. So you could do the browser check. This is the My Lab. I'm gonna click it, but I doubt it'll work for me. I don't think it's gonna work. Okay, so that's my instructor home. All right, so yours will look similar, but not exactly the same. So the home page will give you a bunch of links down the bottom. It'll probably say like homework, quizzes, tests, grades, calendar. The calendar will show you what's assigned now. So if I look at the 19th, it's assigned. Is today the 19th? Today is 19th. It's assigned your course agreement. It also has chapter 1A quiz and assignment 1A. Now, remember what I said, anything that says support after it, don't do. But your calendar will show you that. And then over here, if you see the little clock, they'll tell you what's due. So on the 24th, you'll see that I have 1A due and chapter 1A quiz due, okay? Let me see. Can y'all see that at home? Did it automatically flip y'all over?
No, ma'am. It's
Nope.
still on the.
Still on the other thing. Let me go back. New share. Where is it? All right, there we go. All right, so again, let me say that again for my people at home. On the calendar, if you look at it, it'll actually show you what's due. If I hover on certain dates, the clock on certain dates tells you what's due. That means it's coming up, it's due. So that shows you what's happening in the course. I do not, usually some teachers will open up everything. I'll open them up week by week. And that's just to keep you focused on what we're doing. There's no need to work ahead if you not have stuff done and be overwhelmed. Notice on February 1st, the course agreement is due, and that's all you should see really on your calendar right now.
So when it says that is due by 11:59.
Yep. So 11:59, and then once it switches over to the next day, that's pretty much it. All right, let's get you back on my math lab. Share. That's the calendar. Hold on, I'm almost there. This way. All right. Go back over here. Let me share this with y'all. All right, so back to the links. You see the calendar, and then they break it down. You can just go straight to the calendar. You can. I don't usually make my announcements in my lab. I make them in Blackboard. Math, all assignments. So if you click that one, it'll take you to the list of all the assignments that are due for the week. If you click on homework, it'll take you just to the homework. If you click on the quizzes and tests, it'll take you just to the quizzes and tests. There is something called a study plan. After you've done a couple of assignments, the computer program itself will determine what you need more help on. That is not mandatory, but if you decide I need more help with what's going on, or I need more practice, you can certainly click on the study plan and work on questions just for more assistance. It'll just keep generating questions for you to work. So this is what I was talking about, because I remember it being here. You have your digital copy in that Brightware thing. There is probably, if you click this, I think it will actually bring up another digital copy of that textbook in my lab. So that's there as well. Yeah, I'm trying to think, none of this other stuff you need, or you might not have, which is fine. And that's pretty much it with my lab. I will tell you ahead of time, if you've never used my math lab, the first couple of weeks, you're going to hate it. And you're going to go, why are we doing it this way? Especially if you're not used to doing math on digital platforms. Why the heck are we doing it this way? This is, oh, it's getting on my nerves. Oh, I put it in this format and marked me wrong, and now I got to go back and do it again. And there are unlimited tries on the homework. On the quizzes and tests, I do go back and check your work and make sure it's not a formatting issue, that you put in the answer and then you put a space and so it marked it wrong or something. So don't worry about that. I give credit, full credit for that. But I promise you, after about 2 weeks, if I were to take my math lab away from you, you'll be very angry with me. You'll go, please give it back. We hate this. The only time I'll ever have you turn in paper is your work from your tests and your quizzes, and if anything, any components of projects. But I promise you, I don't have the same dog now, but anytime you give me paper, my dog will eat. It goes in my bag, it eats my homeworks from people. It's terrible. So it's the real excuse of my dog ate my homework. All right, so questions about my math lab. We're good to go with that. All right. 11:50. This class goes to 12:05. So this is the time. We only got 15 minutes of class. There's no need for me to start 1A. I will do 1A next class. So I'm going to ask now before I dismiss. Anybody have questions about the class, Thursday, anything?
How do you get to my math lab?
So it's in, you have to get into Blackboard. And I see somebody, I see checklist. You have to go into Blackboard, and on the side where it says course materials, you'll also see a link that says My Lab Student Links. Clicking that will give you all those links to get into my math lab. All right,
I also have a question.
go for it.
So which days am I supposed to come into class, face to face?
Chris Williams, you come in Thursday.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
So if we're in the, with support, do we stay in here?
You're gonna stay, I'm gonna give you a break
Okay.
and then we'll come back at it at, what time does support start? 12:15 or something like that? Yeah, so 12:15, we'll get started again. So use the bathroom, get snack, whatever. I'll put the Zoom up and we'll start again at 12:15. Okay. All right, my darlings, I will see y'all Thursday. If there's a conflict at all, I will send out an announcement with an email. And then we'll go from there. All right, y'all have a good one.